I'm Bryan Jimenez, and this is my personal branding plan called Oratio Mea. So let's begin. So, my mission is to serve my community through discipline, integrity, and accountability while continuing to grow as a leader in criminal justice. Through God, service, and strong teamwork, I strive to protect others, giving life and limb while positively and professionally representing myself. I aim to bring value in every environment I put myself into, leading with character, supporting others around me, and remaining committed to my community and country. So one of the major reasons why I picked criminal justice is because growing up, I was influenced by many positive figures: Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, a bunch of characters that willingly worked with law enforcement. So it was with that positive mindset on law enforcement and my instinctive desire to serve is what made me want to pursue this degree. Now, initially, I wasn't planning on going to college, but I did go to a UTRGV orientation, and that's where Phi Kappa Theta reached out to me. And they rushed me as a pledge, and I became a member of Phi Caps, a brother. So with them, I learned so much. I learned so much what it is to be a man, what it is to serve, both figuratively and literally. I did many community service events with local PDs, in addition to many cleanups like beach cleanups, and just many just in terms of organization, this is where I became the most proficient in. I owe most of my development as a man to Phi Kappa Theta and my academic career too. And while I love Phi Kappa Theta, I have also moved on to greener pastures as well. So I want to mention that so many things have happened within the past few weeks. To begin with, I got on CNN, a national news website, and I blew up everywhere. The reason why is because I'm also the chapter president of Turning Point USA, and they decided to reach out to us to interview young conservatives on campus to get our opinions. And right there is me front center. I got the most screen time, surprisingly. I got the most screen time, and yeah, it was just a very amazing experience. My peers, they got a bunch of interesting takes. So did I, and just being on national media is a very amazing experience. And in addition to that, how I said I like to serve, my Catholic faith is a very integral role for me. It is most of my identity. And so I decided to give myself up and to apply to be a student officer for the Catholic Student Association. And God willingly, it was chosen for me. So I'm very grateful for the many things that I've been offered, and I owe it all to God. And as for my elevator pitch, it would be: there is too much bad in this world, but there is never enough good. Let me be the good in this world, the protection against all injustices. And this is where many of my role models, comic book characters, come into play. They decide to serve, they decide to give their lives for the protection of others, and that's what I aspire to be with every day. Even Jesus Christ gave up his own life for the salvation of everyone that he loves. As for networking events, now the CNN event was a networking event, but there was 2 other events that I've also attended. For starters, this guy right here, he's a brother in my fraternity. His name's Roy Martinez. He wanted to run for senator, and he asked for my help to help him win. And thankfully, God willingly, he did win. So with him, I knew a bunch of the senators, the student body presidents as well. But interestingly enough, it was also a rival fraternity that was at that gala, Tau Kappa Epsilon. And they knew him very well. They actually helped him with his campaign too, but more from afar. And it was then when I got a new perspective on rival fraternities, that like, these guys, they're genuinely good guys, and they have similar interests as me, and they aspire to be good men just like me. So it put me in a more humbling position, and I want to say that I learned a lot from them when it comes to managing a fraternity and a student organization in general. The wisdom, despite around being the same age as me, they taught me a lot of lessons on what it was to manage a fraternity. But in addition to that, it was also the Baptist student ministry that kind of gave me that little push to be an officer for the Catholic Student Association, because I saw the outreach that they were giving on campus, and the compassion and the love that they had for Jesus was what I wanted to bring with the Catholic Student Association. So they inspired me to pursue an officer role for the greater good. And as for artifacts, my job application, many things. This is only a rough draft. Many events that I've hosted off campus and on campus. My LinkedIn page, I have a different photo now. It looks more professional, but I think I might come over next time and maybe get a photo with less facial hair. But in addition to that, there was also a March for Life that I attended. It was mostly just for a religious reason. It was never for a political reason, but the most beautiful thing that I saw there was both Democrat candidates and Republican candidates in the Valley. They both came in solidarity and unity and marched for life. As for my plan, this is a rough draft, but I would say that I'm quite proud of it. It is a plan of action I intend to make during the summer, and the first thing that I want to start off with is an introduction and a school reflection, because most people are just fresh off of college or high school, and it would be a great time to highlight that time I spent. And in addition to that, it would be an even better opportunity with the downtime in summer to show off the plan that I would post. And in addition to that, just more pillars that would lead up to what it means to be a criminal justice major and to have discipline in your life. And as for a pilot project reflection that I've gone through, this is a bit more personal. I picked up this book called Dating Detox, and while the title sounds a bit unorthodox, it is very, very structured. It is a very, very amazing book. It teaches you what your emotions actually are, what they actually mean, and how to process them. And I think us as men especially, I think understanding our emotions is a very important tool, and it is a very beneficial thing that we could do in this world. And it is also very challenging. It actually provides you with many mental and physical challenges as well that are very positive. And as for my sustainability plan, I intend to make sure that I have a collected mind, and the only way that I can do that is through Jesus Christ, to have an accountability partner, to make sure that I am not slacking off and they can hold me to the standard that I set myself, and the calendar that I use, I'm going to set alarms every single day, what deadline is what deadline, and ask for help when needed. Because the most humbling thing and the greatest thing that you can do, especially when you're at your lowest, is to say the words, "I need help." So, in addition to help, one thing that I would like to reflect on is from the song, "I Am My Own Worst Enemy." This quote is very, very profound, because it really shows off that we don't know ourselves in the best way that we did. Just looking at this project even, so I was actually scrambling a little bit through my head, like, what have I done throughout the semester? But I just had to look through many things that I've gone through and be like, everything is fine. I've done a lot throughout this semester. And in addition to that, a very, very lovely verse from John 3:30. "He must increase and I must decrease." I cannot emphasize just how important Jesus is to understand yourself as a person and to understand what it is to be just many things throughout this world, to be a positive force for good. One thing that I just want to say is that to leave everything up to God, and everything will just work out in the end. And that is my farewell.